Hey, so that phone in your pocket has a screen from Kentucky and a chip made in China and a camera from Japan. And if you're streaming this video, you might be connected to a server in India or Finland or Virginia. And those jeans you're obsessed with, cause they're fierce but affordable, were hand sewn in Bangladesh for less than $1. And as that cheap fast fashion becomes trash and pollution, the climate blazes, rages, rising, forces people from their homes. And so they move, have to migrate somewhere new, crossing borders when they do, as you watch them on that phone in your pocket.
We are all connected.
Sometimes where we least expect it.
We are all connected.
So debate it, so explore it.
We are all connected.
You can be against or for it. What you can't do is ignore it.
We're going to have a conversation on manhood. One of the reasons why I love talking to athletes, men like yourself, if you're at this level playing football, y'all are big men on campus, you know, girls like you, other young men look up to you. Y'all got a little something going on. Play for the Tigers, you earned that. We're all in this together. Older men and younger men together. This conversation is not designed to tell you what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right. If anything, it has more to do with what we taught you. While we taught you some wonderful things about being a man, there's some aspects of manhood that we really need to rethink and talk about a little more.
The museum at FIT is the most fashionable museum in New York City. Our mission is to educate and inspire diverse audiences with innovative exhibitions and public programs that advance knowledge of fashion. Some fashion exhibitions are just a display of beautiful clothes. They don't tell you anything new or important. All of our exhibitions are based on original research because we want to make sure the exhibitions are both beautiful and intelligent.
I think the museum at FIT is really the fashion insider's fashion museum. That's what's brilliant about all of the exhibits.
This orderly way of divvying up the world was born from a chaotic period of European history centuries ago, when political authority was based on a system called feudalism. In that system, people pledged their loyalty to others who had more resources or military strength. The first type of person was referred to as a vassal. They would provide some type of support to the other person, referred to as a lord. And in return, the lord would offer the vassal military protection, land, or money. On a large scale, these relationships created hierarchies, with laborers pledging themselves to landowners, who pledged themselves to even more powerful landowners, with titles like Duke and Baron, who pledged themselves to even more powerful kings and queens, forming kingdoms and empires. But these arrangements...
On any given day, you have a lot on your mind. From feeding the dog, to finding your phone, to finally having some fun. So why worry about what some diplomat does or what the Secretary of State says? Well, choosing between what's going on in your line of vision and what's going on thousands of miles away isn't really a choice at all. Because the world we live in is one in which every person, place, and thing is connected.
Zombies, the flesh-eating, brain-hungry monsters that ravenously attack the world until everyone is infected. Could such a frightening science fiction disaster actually happen? As far-fetched as it seems, according to what we know from lore and canon, zombieism would work the same way as infectious diseases like SARS, Ebola, and the flu. Once a person gets infected, they pass it from person to person via close contact. As with any newly emerging pathogen, the search for a cure would be complicated, since its origins would likely be a mystery.
This is the Amazon rainforest. Draped across northwestern Brazil, its 1.4 billion acres of forest generates more than $8 billion of economic value for Brazil each year. But the Amazon isn't just valuable for Brazil. It's valuable for the entire world in the fight against climate change. As humans produce more greenhouse gases, like the 33 billion tons of carbon dioxide we emitted in 2019, average temperatures for the planet increase. That process is slowed, though, by growing trees and other plants, which suck up gases like carbon dioxide and store them in their leaves, stems, trunks, and roots. The Amazon is so densely filled with vegetation that it is estimated to have once been able to absorb up to 2 billion tons of carbon dioxide from the air each year. But in 2019, the Amazon looked like this. While there are normally some fires in the Amazon, natural fires are rare.
From natural disasters to deadly diseases to wars, the world can be a turbulent, even chaotic place. But around 75 years ago, a new system was imagined to temper this turbulence and improve the lives of many. It is called the Liberal World Order. It is a liberal system in the sense that it operates on rules that are, in theory, applied to each country equally, and that it encourages each country to be democratic and to open its economy to the rest of the world.
After my most recent show closed on March 1st, I told myself I should take a short break before the busy year ahead. Work was lined up, and for the first time in my life, I was going to be able to make my living entirely from acting. Now, enter COVID, stage left, and every show, every project, every prospect has been canceled. I try virtual auditions. I send out the video for a hypothetical show that will hypothetically happen when this is hypothetically over. I feel strange and defeated, hypothetically. The idea of being non-essential doesn't feel good. How do I become essential? How do I help?